Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? So my name is Jesse, and I've been in marketing for the last 2 years. And I finally decided to hop on the personal branding side of things. And essentially, I thought, what a better way to start off than something around success. So in this video, I'll be breaking down my top 5 lessons for success that I've learned after being in business for nearly 2 years and investing thousands of dollars on mentors for myself. These are just things that have really helped me boost my growth from level 0 to where I am now, and are things I'm going to be using in the future for all my other businesses and just for success in the future. And because of all the principles that I've applied that I'm going to share in this video, I've been able to do some pretty cool things with my business. For example, I've been able to meet some pretty cool people, like I've been able to network with some of my clients, buy some pretty cool things for myself, like this watch, stay in shape, travel to pretty cool places, New York City, this is Pocono Mountains in the US, and just enjoy my life with my friends. And essentially, these are principles you can implement whether you're just starting off in business, or if you're have a few years in business and you just want to see more success in your life, or you may not even be in business and you just want to be more successful. It doesn't matter, these will apply for you. Now essentially, the first principle for success is having a high self-confidence. Now essentially, one of the things that slowed me down the most, and I've seen it slows a lot of people down the most, is they don't believe in themselves and don't have confidence in their skills, and they fall into something called imposter syndrome. Now if you've ever heard of the term imposter syndrome, you know it means that you just don't believe in yourself and you feel like you're an imposter in other people's lives, essentially. And this is just one of the worst mindsets you can have that will completely fuck up your life, because if you believe that you are an imposter yourself, there's no way you're actually going to achieve success, because you're just going to keep holding yourself back with negative thoughts, and you're completely going to wrap yourself into this small little bubble and never actually take real action to make life-changing results. And essentially, this is something that kept me in a lot of trouble in my first year of business, because I didn't really believe my skill set. Even though I was relatively good at my skill, I just didn't believe myself because I didn't build the self-confidence. And this is something my mentor taught me. He's actually in fighting, so he's a fighter himself, and he told me that one of the things that he does to prepare for a fight is just boost his self-confidence like crazy. Just have a high ego around himself, not to the point where it's toxic, but to the point where he thinks he is the best. And the best way to build self-confidence is to do things that you hate the most. So when I was younger, I hated socializing. I hated cold approaching people. I was extremely shy. So what I did just a couple months back is I actually came out of my bubble and started talking to random people. I would just go up to random strangers, say hi, just communicate with them, just so it builds more confidence in myself. And I'm like, hey, if I can do this, then I can do this. And if I was able to do all of these things, then I can do this next big task in the future. So that's probably my most important lesson that I would say in this video. Just ensure you have a high self-confidence, and it doesn't really take too long to build. Just keep doing the things that you feel uncomfortable doing, and you just get in this flow and rhythm of becoming more confident as a human, and you'll see the results almost instantly. It took me like less than 2 weeks to start seeing results and be a more confident individual. Now, the second lesson for success is don't escape the matrix. Now, I'm sure that you've seen, you know who Andrew Tate is, and we've all fallen for the escape the matrix marketing scheme, whatever. And the reason why I started business in the first place at a young age is because Andrew Tate made it seem like the matrix is going to hunt us, the matrix is going to kill us, whatever. What I'm here to say is, if you want to start business, or you want to start any career, do not go into that career. Do not start business because you want to escape the matrix. Because escaping the matrix essentially means trying to, like, in the way that it's advertised to us on social media, is trying to buy as many Lamborghinis as possible, make as much money as possible, and just fall in love with a materialistic life, which is perfectly fine. I want to become really successful, own a lot of cars, make a lot of money, but there needs to be a deeper level of actually achieving your dreams. For example, I like business because I like building things. From a young age, I've always been into building Lego. So that's why I like business. I really do love building. So even if I'm not making money in my business, even if I'm losing money in my business, even if nothing is going right, I'll still keep doing the work that I need to do because I love building. And that's one of the main things that I really want to nail in your guys' head is, please don't do anything just to escape the matrix. There needs to be a deeper level of love and deeper level of care into what you guys are doing. For example, you might really be creative and you love doing a job that's extremely creative. Go ahead and do that. You don't need a business owner to be successful. Find what you love, find what you want to do in the future, and find what your ideal life looks like and chase that. Don't chase escaping the matrix, because I've fallen down that path and it's led to a pretty dark path with yeah, a lot of things that I wish most people don't go through. Now, the third thing that I want to share in this video is build an indestructible identity. Now, this does correlate with the first point of high self-confidence. And the thing is, a lot of people say you should have a very strong why that should motivate and lead you in your life, which I agree with. You should have a very strong why. But what will actually make you stick to your why, stick to the goals, stick to the plan, stick to all the work they need to do is your identity. It's how you believe in yourself. Now, let me give you an example. If you take person A who wants to quit smoking, and they classify themselves as a smoker who's trying to quit, or you have person B who's also trying to quit smoking, but they identify themselves as a non-smoker. And when they're around groups and they're talking to people, A will say, I'm a smoker, but I'm trying to quit. B will say, I'm a non-smoker. And in the long-term results, person number B will have a higher chance of not smoking again, because he's already ingrained the identity that he's a non-smoker. Even though he was a smoker, even though he's trying so hard not to smoke, it's his identity that's not letting him actually take the action, grab a cigarette and start smoking. So it's extremely important for you to build an identity that really does correlate with your goals, where you're trying to get to. Because if you have an identity that's not where you're trying to go, it's going to fight against you. And this is something I found relatively early in my business, just trying to build a strong identity. And for me, the identity that I try to build is someone who's ultra focused, who's you know, does a extreme amount of work, as an overachiever. And this is really helping me, because my identity is pushing me to do the work and fall in love with the work, even though I don't want to, I'm not seeing results. Because subconsciously your mind does the things that it takes actions based on you know, what your identity is and what sort of patterns and habits you have, and that all comes from your identity. If you want to know more about this this bullet point, I suggest reading Atomic Habits. It's really good for this bullet point. It's something that I've actually learned from Atomic Habits, and it's a pretty good book, pretty good read. Now, number 4 is remove all flow blocks in your life. Now, essentially what a flow block is, it's something that basically traps your energy and doesn't let you move forward. So in life, everything is about energy. And for example, let's say you always wanted to start the gym, but you never started the gym, and you're also running a business on the side. And I'm saying this example because this is something that's actually happened to me. What a flow block is, it's just a build up of energy that's not going anywhere. So I wanted to go to the gym, but I was just spending too much time on business, and I learned that everything in life correlates with one another. So if one area of life is lacking, the other area of life is going to be dragged down, because the energy of one area affects the energy of another area. It's like a bad apple. One bad apple ruins the rest. So essentially what your aim is, if you want to achieve success fast, is ensure that if you want to take action, if you want to do something, do it as fast as possible, as soon as possible, and ensure you do it right, so you don't have to come back to it in the future. Because once I started going to the gym and I started working out, not only was I in a better mental state and I started to look better, feel better, but also it just removed that huge flow block in my life, and it helped me actually flow and achieve flow state in my life, and you know, achieve success essentially. And this is something that I've seen another business owner talk about. I'm not sure what her name was, but she was really hammering into this psychological aspect of success, and it's just something that stuck with me for a long time, and I think it could benefit you guys as well. Now, the fifth and final point that I want to discuss is have faith. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are religious or not, but I'm extremely religious, and one of the things that really did help me go from like the level 0, like when nothing is working and just in the trenches and extremely unmotivated and not seeing any results, to, you know, starting to put in the work and start to reap the rewards of my hard work, is faith. Now, faith could be in anything, could be in yourself, but I would suggest that if you are religious, have more faith in God and try to be more one with God. Reason being, it's because again, I'm not sure if you're religious, but what I believe in is God sees your hard work and He gives you rewards in terms of your hard work. And the more faith you have in God, and the more you believe that He's actually going to give you the rewards, if I put in the hard work, the more work you actually put in. Because if you just go through life and you're like, okay, I'm working, but I'm not seeing any results, and you don't have any faith, you're just gonna get really unmotivated, and you're gonna quit sooner than someone else. You'd quit sooner than someone else with who has faith and who is driven by faith. Reason being is because they know they're going to get the result, but they have to work for it first. And yeah, that's essentially it. Those are the top 5 business lessons, or success lessons that I've learned from being in business and again investing thousands in myself. Now there are a few other things that I did want to add in here as bonuses. For example, like investing in a mentor is extremely important, and also being physically fit is extremely important, and mentally healthy as well. But these are just things that you can implement like right now. You don't even need any money to implement any of these. You could just go out and start implement them as soon as possible. That's why I included them in this video. It's something that will last forever. It's universal. It works in any industry, whatever you want to do in your life, and you don't need any money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be trying to post more videos like this on a weekly basis whenever I get time. And make sure you guys like and subscribe so more of my future videos can be pushed out into the YouTube algorithm, and you guys can keep getting more value. So take care. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.